latent, hidden but capable of being exposed. Etymology. The history of words, their origin and development. Placid, calm, peaceful. Beguile, to trick, deceive. Preclude, to prevent. Inquisitor, one who inquires especially in hostile manner. Superfluous, exceeding what is sufficient or required, excess. Revisionists, people who rewrite or reassess. Interact, to communicate or work together. Inferiority, not being as good as others. Wizened, dry, shrunken, wrinkled. Pertain, relate to, have to do with. Essential, absolutely necessary. Dissonance, lack of harmony or consistency. Contrived, showing effects of planning or manipulation. Exasperate, to irritate, irk. Synthesize, combine parts or pieces into a whole. Dissemble, to conceal, fake. Accorded, granted. Irreverence, disrespect. Avuncular, like an uncle in kindness or indulgence. Usurp, to seize by force, take possession of without right. Soluble, able to dissolve. Fickle, shifting in character, inconstant. Meritorious, worthy of esteem or reward. Peeved, annoyed. Debacle, a disastrous failure, disruption. Belittle, lessen the authority, dignity, or reputation of through criticism. Replete, full, abundant. Scrutiny, the act of examining something closely. Stratagem, a maneuver in a game or conversation. Derivative, taken directly from a source, unoriginal. Prodigy, an unusually gifted or intelligent young person. Adumbrate, to sketch out in a vague way. Novelty, originality by virtue of being new and surprising. Procure, to obtain, acquire. Grievous, injurious, hurtful, serious or grave in nature. Icon, an important or enduring symbol or famous person. Skewed, distorted. Credulity, readiness to believe. Flotsam, the floating wreckage of a ship. Partisan, devoted to or biased in support of a party, group, or cause. Coerce, to make somebody do something by force or threat. Inflexible, not capable of being changed, unyielding, obstinate. Bungler, a clumsy or inept person. Resolute, firm in purpose or belief. Conclusive, forming an end or termination. Dowager, an elderly woman of elevated social status. Decorous, socially proper, appropriate. Syncopated, abbreviated music stressing the weak beat. Indulged, pampered, spoiled. Debate, argue. Morality, concern with the distinction between good and evil or right and wrong. Restricted, curbed or regulated. Ornate, highly elaborate, excessively decorated. Platitudes, a flat, dull, or trite remark uttered as if it were fresh or profound. Exorbitant, excessive. Transient, passing through briefly, passing into and out of existence. Winsome, charming, pleasing. lamented, mourned or grieved for. Adulation, extreme praise. Elaborate, complex, detailed, intricate. Ludicrous, ridiculous, laughable, absurd. Tyrannical, characteristic of an absolute ruler or absolute rule. Carp, to annoy, pester. Charlatan, one who claims to know something that he does not, a quack. Abridge, to cut down, shorten. Analgesic, something that reduces pain. Succinct, brief, concise. Magnanimous, generous and understanding and tolerant. Aberration, something that differs from the norm. Covet, to desire enviously. Compelling, forceful, demanding attention. Detractor, someone who belittles something else. Asylum, a place of refuge, protection, a sanctuary. Indispensable, absolutely necessary. Counteract, to neutralize, make ineffective. Debase, to lower the quality or esteem of something. Accost, to confront verbally. Curtail, to lessen, reduce. Disgruntled, upset, not content. Consensus, an agreement of opinion. Impute, to ascribe, blame. Salient, significant, conspicuous. Incompetence, lack of ability. Symbiotic, a close relationship of mutual dependence. Hedonist, one who believes pleasure should be the primary pursuit of humans. Austere, of a stern or strict bearing or demeanor. Prescience, foresight. Resuscitate, to revive, bring back to consciousness or existence. Cosmopolitan, sophisticated, worldly. Antipathy, a strong dislike, repugnance. Chaotic, completely unordered and unpredictable and confusing. Bane, the cause of ruin, harm, distress. Perusal, a careful examination, review. Pacific, soothing. Annex, to incorporate territory or space. Contentious, having a tendency to quarrel or dispute. Gluttony, overindulgence in food or drink. Corrosive, having the tendency to erode or eat away. Recrimination, blame. Robust, strong. Prosaic, plain, lacking liveliness. Aggrieved, distressed, wronged, injured. Battery, a device that supplies power. Controversial, arousing argument, dispute, or disagreement. Concoct, to fabricate, make up. Belied, contradicted. Paradigm, an example that is a perfect pattern or model. Desolate, devastated or ravaged, despondent. Torpid, lethargic, dormant, lacking motion. Docile, easily managed, obedient, passive. Exigent, urgent, critical. Averse, opposed, unwilling. Putrid, rotten, foul. Sophisticated, wide-ranging knowledge and appreciation of many parts of the world arising from urban life and wide travel. Hospitality, friendly welcome and treatment of guests. Dissuade, to persuade someone not to do something. Doubt, to publicly praise or promote. Abject, wretched, pitiful. Quagmire, a difficult situation. Prominence, importance. Vilify, to lower in importance, defame. Auspicious, favorable, indicative of good things. Approbation, praise. Vocation, the work in which someone is employed. Profession. Paramount, greatest in importance, rank, character. Hallowed, revered, consecrated. Infectious, contagious. Judicious, proceeding from good sense or judgment. Insipid, dull, boring. Construe, to interpret. Replica, a copy, close reproduction. Luminous, brightly shining. Malleable, capable of being shaped or transformed. Discriminating, one able to make fine distinctions between. Having good taste. 2. Favoring one side group and acting against another. Irascible, easily angered. Revelation, enlightening or astonishing disclosure. Antecedent, something that came before. Paramount, chief in importance above all others. Euphoric, elated, uplifted. Exceed, to agree. Imprecise, not exact. Abduct, to kidnap, take by force. Forsake, to give up, renounce. Prosaic, lacking wit or imagination. Bane, a burden. Adroit, quick or skillful or adept in action or thought. Commensurate, corresponding in size or amount. Harsh, sharply disagreeable. Integral, necessary for completeness. Convivial, characterized by feasting, drinking, merriment. Disintegration, a separation into parts or fragments, disunity, decay. Accretion, slow growth in size or amount. Worldly, experienced and sophisticated, cosmopolitan. Whim, a sudden wish to do something without a particular reason, a fanciful idea. Forage, to graze, rummage for food. Cultivate, to nurture, improve, refine. Acclaim, enthusiastic approval. Perfunctory, showing little interest or enthusiasm. Eschew, to avoid, shun, keep away from. Revitalizing, tending to impart new life and vigor to. Vibrant, vigorous and active. Chide, to voice disapproval. Tractable, easily controlled. Amenable, willing, compliant. Deferential, showing respect for another's authority. Beneficial, promoting or enhancing well-being. Deft, skillful, capable. Spare, refrain from harming, extra, not many. Affront, an insult. Furtive, secretive, sly. Kudos, praise for an achievement. Indecisive, characterized by lack of decision and firmness. Pittance, a very small amount, especially relating to money. Constituent, an essential part. Shallow, lacking depth of intellect or knowledge. Abjure, to reject, renounce. Captivate, to get the attention of, hold. profiteer. Person who takes advantage of a crisis to make money. Polemic. An aggressive argument against a specific opinion. Reinforced. To strengthen. Assured. Guaranteed, promised confidently. Enhance. Improve, augment. Concord. Be in agreement. Condone. Give tacit approval, excuse. Imitation. A copy that is represented as the original. Didactic. Intended to instruct. Ubiquitous. Existing everywhere, widespread. Flippant. Disrespectfully humorous or casual. Propitious. Favorable. Flagrant. Offensive, egregious. Convoluted. Intricate, complicated. Concomitant. Accompanying in a subordinate fashion. Ballad. A love song. Extricate. To disentangle. Condemn. Denounce, criticize, judge against. Mendacious. Given to lying. Stoic. Unaffected by passion or feeling. Audacious. Excessively bold. Teasing. Playful vexation. Subjugate. To bring under control, subdue. Belabor. To work at or to absurd length. Liquefying. To make liquid. Intricate. Complicated, complex. Abort. To give up on a half-finished project or effort. Virtuoso. One who excels in an art, a highly skilled musical performer. Mollified. Soothed, calmed. Induction. Reasoning from specific to general, ceremony by which one is made a member. Renovate. Restore, return to original state. Complacent. Satisfied with a situation that should be changed or improved. Flourish. A showy gesture, to thrive, to grow well. Capricious. Subject to whim, fickle. Revel. To enjoy intensely. Motivated. Very eager to do or achieve. Verified. Proved to be true. Militant. Willing to fight for a belief or cause, strongly devoted. Thunderous. Loud. Erratic. Likely to perform unpredictably. Fraudulent. Cheating, deceitful. Vindictive. Vengeful. Corrosive. Eating away, acid-like, bitterly sarcastic. Disposable. Not worthy of being kept, easily given or thrown away, able to be easily replaced. Ceaseless. Uninterrupted in time and indefinitely continuing. Depicts. Describe, give a picture of. Disputation. Verbal controversy, debate, argument. Predecessor. Someone or something that came before another. Maverick. Someone who exhibits great independence in thought and action. Attain. To achieve, arrive at. Strenuous. Requiring tremendous energy or stamina. Discrete. Separate, unconnected. Misleading. Giving the wrong idea. Surrender. Admitting defeat. Jubilant. Extremely joyful, happy. Fallacious. Incorrect, misleading. Superfluous. Exceeding what is necessary. Cajole. Influence or urge by gentle urging, caressing, or flattering. Antagonism. Hostility. Senator. a member of a senate. Conservatism, a political philosophy based on tradition and social stability, favoring obedience to political authority and organized religion. Felicitous, well-suited, apt. Indelible, not able to be erased or removed, memorable. Lavish, extravagant. Acknowledge, accept as true or valid. Amenity, an item that increases comfort. Impudent, casually rude, insolent, impertinent. Protean, able to change shape, displaying great variety. Bard, a poet, often a singer as well. Embezzle, to steal money by falsifying records. Liberating, set free. Proposed, suggested. Calibrate, to set, standardize. Expedient, speedy because of convenience, not necessarily to do the right thing. Straightforward, direct and clear. Jubilant, full of high-spirited delight. Premature, too soon or too hasty. Mercurial, characterized by rapid change or temperamentality. Indifference, the trait of lacking enthusiasm or interest. Conduit, a pipe or channel through which something passes. Fetid, having a foul odor. Yoke, to join, link. Reunion, coming together again. Impertinent, rude, insolent. Uncanny, of supernatural character or origin. Irrelevant, having no bearing on or connection with the subject at issue. Propensity, a natural inclination. Deprecate, to belittle, depreciate. Profane, lewd, indecent. Malediction, a curse. Depravity, wickedness. Laceration, a cut, tear. Disparage, to criticize or speak ill of. Nominal, trifling, insignificant. Formidable, extremely impressive in strength or excellence. Subterfuge, trickery. Secluded, hidden from general view or use. Onerous, burdensome. Obtuse, slow to learn or understand. Light-hearted, carefree and happy. Chicanery, trickery or subterfuge. Bilk, cheat, defraud. Impression, a feeling or understanding resulting from an experience. Intimidated, frighten into submission or compliance. Alacrity, eagerness, speed. Encumber, to weigh down, burden. Aggrandize, to increase or make greater. Circumscribed, marked off, bounded. Dormant, sleeping, temporarily inactive. Placate, to ease the anger of, soothe. Archaeologist, a scientist who learns about ancient people by studying the things they left behind. Munificent, very generous with money. Pedestrian, a person who travels by foot, ordinary or dull. Cryptic, having a secret or hidden meaning. Opulent, characterized by rich abundance verging on ostentation. Insubstantial, lacking substance, insignificant, frail, immaterial. Curt, abruptly and rudely short. Insolent, boldly rude or disrespectful. Immerse, To absorb, deeply involve, engross. Conundrum. Puzzle, problem. Vitriolic. Having a caustic quality. Fathom. To understand, comprehend. Irrefutable. Impossible to disprove, beyond argument. Precede. Come before. Behemoth. Something of tremendous power or size. Cacophony. Tremendous noise, disharmonious sound. Anarchist. One who wants to eliminate all government. Vex. To confuse or annoy. Established. Settled securely and unconditionally. Inane. Silly and meaningless. Impecunious. Poor. Recognition. Approval, remember, reward. Boon. A gift or blessing. Appropriate. To take, make use of. Fathom. To understand, get to the bottom of, a measure of depth in water. Credence. Belief or trust. Tangential. Incidental, peripheral, divergent. Intransigent. Refusing to compromise, often on an extreme opinion. Filial. Pertaining to or befitting a son or daughter, ex-filial respect. Widespread. Happening in many places or to many people. Ebullient. Extremely lively, enthusiastic. Frugal. Thrifty, economical. Banal. Obvious and dull. Proscribe. To condemn, outlaw. Prodigious. Great in size or degree. Desiccated. Dried up, dehydrated. Sycophant. One who flatters for self-gain. Amiable. Friendly. Atone. To repent, make amends. Defamatory. Harmful toward another's reputation. Levity. Humor. Hackneyed. Unoriginal, trite. Confection. A sweet, fancy food. Renown. Honor, acclaim. Wily. Crafty, sly. Instigate. To urge, good. Concise. Short and to the point. Culpable. Deserving blame. Accessible. Capable of being reached or understood. Strident. Harsh, loud. Intractable. Difficult to manipulate, unmanageable. Instinctive. Done automatically without thinking. Sacrosanct. Holy, something that should not be criticized. Mitigate. Make less violent, alleviate. Corrupt. Change from good to bad. Moribund. Close to death, in a dying state. Voluble. Talkative. Vivid. Having striking color with the clarity and freshness of immediate experience. Prowess. Extraordinary ability. Archaic. Of or relating to an earlier period in time, outdated. Lithe. Graceful, flexible, supple. Utopia. An imaginary and remote place of perfection. Concur. To agree. Accommodating. Helpful, obliging, polite. Medley. A mixture of differing things. Scrupulous. Exact, careful, attending thoroughly to details, having high moral standards, principled. Foster. Help develop, help grow. Confusing. Lacking clarity of meaning. Alias. A false name or identity. Irritable. easily annoyed. Eliminate, to get rid of, do away with. Adverse, antagonistic, unfavorable, dangerous. Insensitive, not caring, slow to feel or notice. Subvert, to undermine. Deter, to discourage, prevent from doing. Caustic, bitter, biting, acidic. Demonstrative, expressing emotion freely. Wane, to decrease in size, dwindle. Illicit, illegal. Turpitude, depravity, moral corruption. Forlorn, lonely, abandoned, hopeless. Illicit, forbidden, not permitted. Toxic, poisonous. Linchpin, something that holds separate parts together. Relish, to enjoy. Coalesce, to fuse into a whole. Lackadaisical, lacking interest or effort. Conformity, acting according to certain accepted standards. Oblivious, lacking consciousness or awareness of something. Swarthy, of dark color or complexion. Government, the ruling authority for a community. Disheartened, feeling a loss of spirit or morale. Allege, to assert without proof or confirmation. Absolutist, in favor of total control by ruler. Leprous, mournful, dismal, or gloomy. Dichotomy, a division into two parts. Novice, a beginner, someone without training or experience. Ineffable, unspeakable, incapable of being expressed through words. Unpalatable, not pleasant or acceptable to the taste or mind. Inimical, hostile, enemy-like. Discomfit, to thwart, baffle. Solipsistic, believing that oneself is all that exists. Decipher, to figure out. Placid, calm, peaceful. Ruminate, to contemplate, reflect. Connive, to plot, scheme. Modicum, a small amount. Suppresses, to hold back or keep secret. Comprehensive, thorough. Harangue, a ranting speech. Intimacy, close or warm friendship. Censure, harsh criticism or disapproval. Unimpressive, not deserving attention, admiration, or respect. Mollify, to soften in temper. Portent, an omen. Cohesive, sticking or holding together, unified. Stringent, demanding strict attention to rules and procedures. Conservationists, people who work to protect the environment. Incendiary, a person who agitates. Indomitable, not capable of being conquered. Pillage, to seize or plunder, especially in war. Aquatic, relating to water. Cajole, to urge, coax. Consummate, make perfect. Inapt, not suitable or capable, unqualified. Poignant, deeply affecting, moving. Tedious, dull, boring. Abide, to put up with. Marginal, insignificant. Meager, deficient in size or quality. Morbid, in an unhealthy mental state, extremely gloomy or obsessed with death. obliterated, destroyed. Rancor, bitter resentment or ill will. Congenial, pleasantly agreeable. Bolster, support and strengthen. Magnanimous, noble, generous. Proclivity, a strong inclination towards something. Extol, to praise, revere. Cynical, believing the worst of human nature and motives. Permeate, to spread throughout, saturate. Bellicose, having or showing a ready disposition to fight. Illusory, lacking in or not based on reality. Idiosyncratic, peculiar to one person, highly individualized. Restive, resistant, stubborn, impatient. Contentious, involving or likely to cause controversy. Platitude, an uninspired remark, cliché. Pejorative, derogatory, uncomplimentary. Mendacious, having a lying, false character. Lucid, easily understood, clear. Unparalleled, having no equal. Elucidate, to clarify, explain. Aesthetic, artistic, related to the appreciation of beauty. Allay, to soothe, ease. Preeminence, fame, top position. Egalitarian, believing in the social and economic equality of all people. Predilection, a preference or inclination for something. Implicit, understood but not outwardly obvious, implied. Knell, the solemn sound of a bell, often indicating a death. Jocular, characterized by jokes and good humor. Proximity, nearness. Compensate, to make an appropriate payment for something. Antipodes, opposite sides. Hardy, able to survive under unfavorable conditions. Characterization, portrayal, description. Punctilious, too much careful attention paid to every small exact detail. Serene, calm, untroubled. Lenient, demonstrating tolerance or gentleness. Tortuous, winding. Exonerate, to free from guilt or blame, exculpate. Revolution, a drastic and far-reaching change in ways of thinking and behaving. Expurgate, to remove offensive or incorrect parts, usually of a book. Artifact, a remaining piece from an extinct culture or place. Reprobate, evil, unprincipled. Hypothetical, supposed or assumed true but unproven. Avenge, to seek revenge. Pugnacious, quarrelsome, combative. Disgrace, a state of dishonor. Questionable, doubtful, uncertain. Streamlined, stripped of non-essentials. Substantiated, supported or established by evidence or proof. Stirred, to affect or move someone's feelings. Devoid, lacking, empty, entirely without. Exotic, foreign, unfamiliar. Arboreal, of or relating to trees. Nascent, in the process of being born or coming into existence. Circumlocution, indirect and wordy language. Pretends, an appearance or action intended to deceive. Entail, to include as a necessary step. Manifold, diverse, varied. Brevity, shortness, conciseness. Emote, to express emotion. Compliment, an expression of esteem or approval. Pithy, concisely meaningful. Despair, the feeling that everything is wrong and nothing will turn out well. Decimation, extensive destruction. Trepidation, fear, apprehension. Longitudinal approach, to vomit. Figurative, symbolic. Divisive, creating disunity or conflict. Manifest, easily understandable, obvious. Gaudy, marked by conspicuous decoration. Propagate, to multiply, spread out. Profuse, plentiful, abundant. Aplomb, great coolness and composure under strain. Chaos, absolute disorder. Futile, useless. Counterfeited, to make a copy of, forge. Insightful, perceptive. Privation, lacking basic necessities. Atmosphere, a distinctive but intangible quality surrounding a person or thing, the mass of air surrounding the earth. Refurbish, to restore, clean up. Grandiose, on a magnificent or exaggerated scale. Confidant, a person entrusted with secrets. Inaudible, unable to be heard. Refute, to prove wrong. Paucity, an insufficient quantity or number. Magnitude, relative importance. Experiment, to conduct a test or investigation. Bombastic, excessively confident, pompous. Deafening, loud enough to cause hearing loss. Obsequious, excessively compliant or submissive. Nonchalant, having a lack of concern, indifference. Favored, blessed with advantages. Increment, an enlargement, the process of increasing. Tranquil, free from disturbance. Tenuous, having little substance or strength. Graceless, lacking social polish. Diaphanous, light, airy, transparent. Despondent, feeling depressed, discouraged, hopeless. Culmination, the climax toward which something progresses. Transform, change or alter in form, appearance, or nature. Convoluted, having too many twists and turns, overly complicated. Egotistical, excessively self-absorbed, very conceited. Compensate, to make up for, to repay for services. Deface, to ruin or injure something's appearance. Loquacious, extremely talkative. Indignation, anger sparked by something unjust or unfair. Extraordinary, very unusual, remarkable. Halted, stopped. Sprawling, spreading out carelessly. Foresee, to know in advance. Covert, secretly engaged in. Sedentary, sitting, settled. Ingenuous, not devious, innocent and candid. Metaphoric, used in a symbolic or non-literal way. Endorse, give support or one's approval to. Unsubstantiated, not proven. Enmity, ill will, hatred, hostility. Cavort, to leap about, behave boisterously. explosive, sudden and loud, whimsical, fanciful, full of whims, induce, persuade, bring about, debunk, to expose the falseness of something, prepossessing, occupying the mind to the exclusion of other thoughts or feelings, execrable, loathsome, detestable, synonymous, meaning the same as, euphemism, an indirect, less offensive way of saying something that is considered unpleasant, auditor, a qualified accountant who inspects the accounting records and practices of a business or other organization, revere, to esteem, show deference, venerate, recant, to withdraw or to repudiate a statement or belief, primarily, mainly, autobiographical, the story of a person's own life written by the person, reciprocate, to give in return, judicious, having or exercising sound judgment, systematic, characterized by order and planning, instrumental, essential, unequivocal, admitting of no doubt or misunderstanding, embellished, to decorate, to make more interesting by adding fanciful details, consent, permission, ecstatic, intensely and overpoweringly happy, penurious, miserly, stingy, elaborate, make more complex, intricate, or richer, modicum, a small amount of something, officious, offering one's services when they are neither wanted nor needed, mundane, ordinary, common, consecrated, solemnly dedicated to or set apart for a high purpose, indigenous, native to a certain area, demean, to lower the status or stature of something, neglects, leave undone or leave out, mitigated, to relieve, alleviate, abate, to reduce in intensity or amount, temperance, moderation in action or thought, genial, friendly, affable, esoteric, confined to and understandable by only an enlightened inner circle, celebrity, a famous person, enormous, extraordinarily large in size or extent or amount or power or degree, legerdemain, deception, sleight of hand, recounted, told in detail, narrated, exasperation, irritation, frustration, inept, generally incompetent and ineffectual, folly, foolish or senseless behavior, impervious, impenetrable, incapable of being affected, steadfast, firm and dependable especially in loyalty, perspective, point of view, travesty, a grossly inferior imitation, arid, excessively dry, legendary, famous, copious, profuse, abundant, infighting, rivalry among members of the same organization, veneer, a superficial or deceptively attractive appearance, facade, contend, maintain or assert, hapless, unlucky, lush, produced or growing in extreme abundance, indolent, lazy, debilitated, weak and feeble, cobbler, a person who makes or repairs shoes, ribald, coarsely, crudely humorous, activist, someone who takes direct action to achieve a political goal. Derived, formed or developed from something else. Renunciation, to reject. Nondescript, lacking a distinctive character. Popular, appealing to many people. Totalitarian, a single party and leader who suppress all opposition and control all aspects of people's lives. Facile, easy, requiring little effort. Judgmental, critical, disapproving. Egregious, extremely bad. Speculative, not based on fact or investigation. Flabbergasted, astounded. Solvent, a substance that can dissolve other substances. Abhor, to hate, detest. Preserved, kept intact or in a particular condition. Libertarian, advocating principles of liberty and free will. Prophetic, foretelling events as if by supernatural intervention. Offset, to balance, counteract or compensate for. Maverick, an independent, nonconformist person. Verdant, green in tint or color. Analogous, similar to, so that an analogy can be drawn. Vapid, lacking liveliness, dull. Credulity, readiness to believe. Munificence, generosity in giving. Forestall, prevent by taking action in advance. Acclaim, high praise. Perplex, to confuse. Archetypal, the most representative or typical example of something. Tacit, expressed without words. Disparate, sharply differing, containing sharply contrasting elements. Vicarious, experiencing through another. Adamant, impervious, immovable, unyielding. Disregard, willful lack of care and attention. Resonance, fullness of sound, familiarity. Wrong-headed, misguided and stubborn. Fascinated, held the attention of, captivated. Balk, to stop, block abruptly. Paucity, small in quantity. Fatuous, silly, foolish. Concede, to accept as valid. Diverse, many and different. Merriment, high-spirited fun and enjoyment. Scandalous, disgraceful, shameful or shocking, improper. Resolute, firm, determined. Impose, to force someone to accept or put up with, to take unfair advantage of, impressive. Exculpate, to free from guilt or blame, exonerate. Jaded, worried, dulled or bored by having too much. Allege, to assert, usually without proof. Negotiate, to settle by discussing. Pervasive, widespread. Ambitious, having a strong desire for success or achievement. Solace, comfort in disappointment or misery. Succinct, marked by compact precision. Recollected, remembered. Verbose, wordy, very talkative. Implacable, unable to be appeased or pacified. Compound, to combine parts. Mandate, an authoritative command. Burnish, to polish, shine. Pungent, having a pointed, sharp quality often used to describe smells. Pulchritude, physical beauty. Correlation, similarity or relationship between. Publicity, information intended to attract public interest. Stature, high level of respect gained by impressive development or achievement. Displayed, to show or exhibit, make visible. Foil, to thwart, frustrate, defeat. Concise, brief and direct in expression. Appease, pacify or soothe, relieve. Hackneyed, overused, cliched. Precipitous, done with very great haste and without due deliberation. Salvage, save from ruin, destruction, or harm. Tangential, merely touching or slightly connected, only superficially relevant. Jettison, to throw out, to discard. Commiseration, an expression of sympathy with another's grief. Arrest, cause to stop, bring into custody. Bourgeois, a middle-class person, capitalist. Portent, a sign of something about to happen. Accomplished, successfully completed or brought to an end. Bequeath, to pass on, give. Delegate, to hand over responsibility for something. Palpable, strongly perceived as though actually felt through the senses. Status, condition at a particular time, social position that a person holds. Abate, to reduce, lessen. Polemic, an aggressive argument against a specific opinion. Rapport, mutual understanding and harmony. Pellucid, easily intelligible, clear. Allocate, to distribute, set aside. Congeal, to thicken into a solid. Constrain, to forcibly restrict. Benign, favorable, not threatening, mild. Potable, suitable for drinking. Pugnacious, ready and able to resort to force or violence. Antediluvian, ancient. Election, a vote to select the winner of a position or political office. Incarnate, existing in the flesh, embodied. Desecrate, to violate the sacredness of a thing or place. Coagulate, to thicken, clot. Abnegation, denial of comfort to oneself. Proposals, ideas to consider. Sobriety, sedate, calm. Politicized, made partisan. Momentous, of great importance. Erudite, learned. Heterogeneous, varied, diverse in character. Interject, to insert between other things. Artistic, creative or imaginative skill in the arts. Disposition, usual outlook or mood, getting rid of something. Recessive, a trait that is hidden. Conflagration, a very intense and uncontrolled fire, an emotionally heated event. Imperative, necessary, pressing. Atypical, not typical, unusual. Immutable, not changeable. Truce, a pause in fighting, temporary peace. Domestic, native to a country, not foreign, relating to the life or affairs of a household servant. Ostentatious, excessively showy, glitzy. Deliberate, by conscious design or purpose to think over deeply. Tenable, able to be defended or maintained. Surfeit, an overabundant supply or indulgence. Arcane, obscure, secret, known only by a few. Dubious, doubtful, of uncertain quality. Blatantly, in an extremely obvious way, conspicuously. Stipulate, specify as a condition or requirement. Semaphore, a visual signal. Gregarious, drawn to the company of others, sociable. Advocate, to argue in favor of something. Reclusive, seeking or preferring seclusion or isolation. Toady, one who flatters in the hope of gaining favors. Hybrid, a cross between two varieties. Surrogate, one acting in place of another. Desolate, deserted, dreary, lifeless. Phlegmatic, calm, sluggish, and emotional. Metamorphosis, the change of form, shape, substance. Obscure, difficult to understand, partially hidden. Empathetic, feeling another's pain as one's own. Apprehended, fully understood or grasped, caught and arrested. Cherished, valued, prized. Anticipate, to expect beforehand. Inclusive, containing all, not keeping any out. Accuracy, correctness, exactness. Embrace, hug, adopt or espouse. Aerial, somehow related to the air. Antipathy, a feeling of intense dislike. Arrogant, overbearing, proud, haughty. Accord, an agreement. Cordial, warm, affectionate. Forum, a medium for lecture or discussion. Arable, suitable for growing crops. Nutrition, the process by which the body takes in and uses food. Reprimand, rebuke formally. Innuendo, an insinuation. Limpid, clear, transparent. Nefarious, heinously villainous. Espouse, to take up as a cause, support. Corpulence, extreme fatness. Mediocre, poor to middling in quality. Emboldened, made bold or courageous. Staid, sedate, serious, self-restrained. Veracity, truthfulness, accuracy. Palatable, agreeable to the taste or sensibilities. Overweening, arrogant. Bereft, deprived of, made unhappy through a loss. Acrimony, bitterness, discord. Mutable, able to change. Mores, the moral attitudes and fixed customs of a group of people. Corroborate, to confirm. Circuitous, roundabout. Recalcitrance, having a stubborn or uncooperative attitude. Tenacious, stubbornly unyielding. Laud, praise, glorify or honor. Decry, to criticize openly. Vicissitude, event that occurs by chance. Circumscribed, restricted or limited. Querulous, whiny, complaining. Censure, harsh criticism. Oppose, be against. Collaboration, the act of working together. multifarious, having great diversity or variety. Aggregate, a whole or total. Frivolous, of little importance, trifling. Quixotic, idealistic but impractical. Condone, to pardon, deliberately overlook. Intimation, an indirect suggestion. Encroaching, trespassing, intruding. Stagnate, to become or remain inactive, not develop, not flow. Inhibit, to prevent, restrain, stop. Aisle, a passageway between rows of seats. Taciturn, not inclined to talk. Elliptical, oval, ambiguous either purposely or because keywords have been left out. Enthralled, to hold spellbound or captivated. Furious, marked by extreme anger. Innate, inborn, native, inherent. Reproach, to scold, disapprove. Zephyr, a gentle breeze. Relegate, to assign to the proper place. Dilemma, a difficult or perplexing situation or problem. Divulge, to reveal something secret. Erode, to wear away. Curative, healing. Delineate, to describe, outline, shed light on. Selective, very careful about choosing. Obligated, legally or morally bound. Lethargic, in a state of sluggishness or apathy. Defunct, no longer existing or functioning. Repressive, keeping down or holding back. Interlocutor, someone who participates in a dialogue or conversation. Denounce, to criticize publicly. Saturate, to sow thoroughly. Confirm, state or prove the truth of, substantiate, verify. Presumptuous, disrespectfully bold. Extant, existing, not destroyed or lost. Belligerence, hostile or warlike attitude or nature. Discern, to perceive, detect. Agile, quick, nimble. Annul, to make void or invalid. Offend, cause to feel resentment or indignation. Ostensible, appearing as such, seemingly. Cathartic, emotionally purging. Equivocal, ambiguous, uncertain, undecided. Antagonistic, arousing animosity or hostility. Vindicate, to avenge, to free from allegation, to set free. Reconcile, to return to harmony, to make consistent with existing ideas. Inundate, to flood with abundance. Repentant, penitent, sorry. Enigmatic, mystifying, cryptic. Taunted, teased, mocked. Cognizant, aware, mindful. Resolve, bring to an end, reach a decision. Environment, surroundings. Raucous, loud, boisterous. Reconnaissance, preliminary inspection or examination. Variegated, having many parts or colors. Evanescent, fleeting, momentary. Reservoir, reserves, large supply. Complex, complicated in structure. Harrowing, greatly distressing, vexing. Hypothetical, based on assumptions, unproven. provincial, lacking sophistication, narrow-minded, vulnerable, susceptible to attack, easily injured physically or emotionally, temperance, restraint or moderation, duplicitous, deliberately deceptive, undulate, to move in waves, equanimity, composure, connoisseur, an expert able to appreciate a field, brusque, short, abrupt, dismissive, impeccable, exemplary, flawless, profligate, dissolute, extravagant, backfire, a miscalculation that recoils on its maker, ephemeral, short-lived, fleeting, ineffable, defying expression or description, negligent, habitually careless, neglectful, emaciated, very thin, enfeebled-looking, attribute, to credit, assign, repetitive, over and over again, anachronistic, being out of correct chronological order, arrogate, to take without justification, licentious, displaying a lack of moral or legal restraints, quaint, charmingly old-fashioned, strenuous, requiring tremendous energy or stamina, penitent, remorseful, regretful,